Hello, dear diary. I'm Cheyenne, and it's May of 2022, about 6 p.m. Before I tell you about my feelings, yesterday I didn't record. It was after water polo. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. After the practice, I was so tired. It didn't even occur to me to record a diary session. So it was the day before yesterday. It wasn't morning, but it was early. You know all about that. So from then, we didn't record anything. Now, moving on to the feelings flower. How do I feel? I feel. I don't know how I feel, honestly. I'm not angry. I was just a little bit angry. My mom just moved some plants to my room and she put it behind the window, and that place is for something else. And she moved my things aside and put the plants there. Yeah, she moved them aside a long time ago, but she wasn't allowed to. Anyways, she does that, and I'm a little bit. Oh, I got really angry. I almost, well, not almost. I shouted, "Fuck you, you whore." That's not funny. That's not funny at all. Well, this laugh is a kind of, I don't know, nervous laugh. I laugh at these points, well. So, yeah, I didn't enjoy that at all. Maybe I feel hate a little bit towards her. I don't feel sadness or grief at the point. Maybe about 10%. Like, it's nothing. Maybe also 10% fear of the future. It's not like it didn't occur to me before I look at the word fear. I certainly don't feel trust in any way, and I don't feel joy. So I don't know how I feel. I also don't feel that confused because I know I gotta check on my calling and I gotta check if I do have a calling, if I can find a calling, if I can make a calling, or maybe it's just the only thing that matters is the present moment. And a little bit about future, but that was about how I feel. Now, going back to the day before yesterday, I went out with my good friend Daniel. I'm gonna call him Daniel. His name is Daniel. Well, Persian pronunciation, whatever. Went out with Daniel. It was nighttime, and like before going out, I really felt down. Like I did not have the willpower to lift a finger. And he called me and we went out. It was nighttime. Someone just came in the house. And that frightens me. I hear footsteps. Okay. As I was saying, it was a cool night. I mean, the weather was cool. The wind was very pleasant. The silence. Well, we're back. My mom came in the room and she was about to help. Honestly, it pissed me off at first. It's kind of like realizing how much my mom pisses me off for just being her. It's I don't know, if it feels like that this making this diary lets me know more about myself. That how much I hate my mom. It's I can't describe it. I feel like a negative thing, but like she kind of deserves it. How much she annoyed me, how much she hurted me, I think. Well, if anything, God, talking English is hard. The thing that matters is how I feel. You know, it doesn't matter if she didn't mean to hurt me. You know, I'm hurt. It's not like, I mean, it matters, but for me to hate her, the reason should be me feeling bad, not that she didn't mean to. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm saying nonsense, but in my own head it makes sense. So, anyways, I was talking about that night. For the fifth time, I'm saying it was good. And we talked about business. We talked about the future, what we were gonna do. Will we be business partners or not? What will we do? What will happen? What can we do? We talked about a few funny memories, funny stories about other people. It was cool. It was one of the nicest 2 hours that I had in a while. And this time my dad wasn't with me. We were out in the nature. We were sitting on a couple of rocks in the middle of a field, I would say. And it was almost the full moon. It was kind of bright everywhere. Well, not bright, but like it wasn't like dark night. So overall, good feelings all around. I came back. I dropped him off on their house. He was disobeying his parents for coming out with me. His parents wasn't there, so I don't know when we came back were the parents there or not, but I'll know. I'll know. I'll probably ask him next time we talk. What else? I dropped him off. I went. I like. I went away from the house. I stopped the car aside along the side of the road, something like that, and I just put the back of the seat, like put it down, and I just laid in the car, and I felt overwhelmed by the world, I guess. I felt overwhelmed by interactions. It's I think it's an introvert thing, and I didn't know what to do. I felt confused. I didn't know how the future is gonna be. Someone just came in the house again. Or maybe went out. Went out. Someone went out. Okay. I didn't know how the future is gonna be. I still don't know. Maybe I felt. God damn. Maybe I felt a little depressed, afraid. I can't name it. Yeah, I would say I felt a little depressed. After a while, I got up, I started a car, and I just very, very slowly moved through the streets. I was waiting for my dad to call me because before going out with Daniel, I put him on his father's house. I was about to pick him up after I went out with Daniel, but he didn't call me. He just went home. I learned that later. So I was waiting for my dad to call me, and I was just moving through the streets very slowly, burning gas. And I see this old man waiting for a taxi, trying to get a taxi and get somewhere. So I picked him up, and he was constantly cursing about his children and how of a son of a bitch they are. I don't know what he exactly said. I don't remember, but he was bitching about his children a lot, that they wouldn't come pick him up except for his first child, but he wasn't there. So, I mean, I don't. Well, I didn't judge him at the time, but if I want to judge him now, you are the father, man. You raised them. You are responsible for this. Anyways, after he was indirectly cursing himself, and he was talking in a local language very fast. I didn't understand most of it. So he wants me to get into terminal. I don't know where that is. So I ask him, and we talk a little bit. He asks my name. He asks who's my father. He can't recognize me. It's a small town. Most people know each other, so he didn't know me. He couldn't find out who my father was. But anyways, I dropped him off. He was very grateful. And I felt like I did a good thing. And that's all that matters. You know? He wasn't the kind of guy that I would... I told myself this after I dropped him off. That he wasn't the kind of guy that I would interact with, usually. He wasn't the kind of guy that I wanted to be friends with. But it doesn't matter. It don't fucking matter. I did a good thing, and I'm proud of that. Kind of. It's not saving the world, but I could just drove and not pick him up. I didn't, like, he wanted to pay me after I dropped him, but I didn't get it. I didn't take it, let's say. So, yeah, that happened. I don't remember much about yesterday, really. I mean, yesterday and the day that I went out with Daniel, both days, I don't know what I did all day. I think I went on Reddit a lot and talked to people. I'm not really sure of what happened. Also went on Discord. I don't know when this happens, but I did go on Discord and talk to a bunch of people, and we ended up playing a game. I don't know how this game's name pronounced. Scribble? I don't know. .io, something like that. It's a game that you draw something, and people have to guess what it is, like write the name of it, and I'm so bad at spelling, so I always came at last. So that's that. And what else? What else? Yeah, we played that game for a while. I sucked at it. There was some older guy that I felt jealous about. He had a job. He had a fucking job. He was tall. He went to university at the same time. And he was good. Like, he was smart. He was making jokes. He wasn't the most talkative guy. He wasn't the most funny guy, but he was doing smart things. And his drawings was confusing a little bit. He didn't care about the he didn't care about the points. Didn't want to take a lot of points, but he was drawing funny. Like, he sacrificed the points for being funny, and he still didn't come out last. I was the last. Well, what else to talk about? So this is yesterday and the day before that. I don't fucking know what happened. I don't have a fucking clue how the whole day went on, how I wasted the shit out of the fucking day. Now, I brag too much about controlling my fucking anger, and I can't do that. I should stop bragging about it. Like, I can't control my anger. So, right now I'm holding this circle plastic thing that you hold in your fist and you squeeze it and it improves your wrist and all, your fists muscles. It's a ring. It's a plastic ring, like big enough to be able to hold it with your whole hand and squeeze it. I don't know what the name of them are. But I was checking a box under my bed and I found it in that box, and it's a real good willpower practice, I think. It's a real good one. I just did one squeeze and another one with my left hand, and it's a good kind of willpower challenge. Also, what am I saying? Also, oh, yeah. Before I talk about water polo, it's been 5 days that I'm meditating. Now, the start of it is like 5 minutes per day. And I'm now doing 10 minutes every morning after I take my hypothyroidism pill. So, it's been 5 days. And it's going good. Like, I really, really, really want to do that the rest of my life. Probably more than just 10 minutes. I don't know. I get too distracted during it, so it's not like fully 10 minutes. I want to do like 20-minute sessions, or maybe just 2 of 10-minute sessions. Yeah, that's better, because if it's a 20-minute session, I can just get distracted at first and just waste the whole 20 minutes. But if it's 2 10-minute sessions, it's better. Yeah, I kind of want to do that, but I don't know if I have enough willpower to do that. So for now, I'm going to stick with 10 minutes every day in the morning. Well, not just morning, when I wake up, whenever I wake up. And I've been off YouTube for 29 days. 29 days. Now, I'm not talking about Armchair Expert. I did listen to Armchair Expert show about 9 days more. So I've been off Armchair Expert for 20 days. I've been off YouTube for 29 days. 1 day more, and it's gonna be 30 days off of my addiction from YouTube. Now, I don't claim that I'm off of the addiction of like being lost in something. I'm addicted to that feeling of like being lost in something, like forgetting about reality and the moment and everything, and being lost in, for example, social media, Instagram, Pinterest, Reddit, Discord, whatever. And it was most of all YouTube shows. So I deleted that, and after that it was most of all it was Armchair Expert. I went 9 days like listening to Armchair Expert day and night, I think, after I quit YouTube. So I put that aside too. And I'm usually off shows. I don't really watch videos a lot. I usually keep off a lot of videos. Let me make sure that we're still recording. We are. And I think I really like, let me tell you, I really miss some of those YouTubers. Like I feel like they're my friends, and I really miss them. I want to know what is happening on the space with Markiplier. I watched a I watched some parts of it. I watched a good chunk, and I think there are gonna be more parts like releasing later. Or maybe they're releasing this past month that I was off YouTube. And by the way, I don't claim to be off YouTube totally. If I need to watch a tutorial or if I need to learn something, I will go on YouTube and do that, but I'm off YouTube shows. I'm off entertainment. I'm off of getting dopamine off of YouTube. I don't do that anymore. I try my best not to. And I didn't, well, I did listen to some music on YouTube. I didn't consider it a show, but these days I usually don't even listen to music unless if I want to dance with it. But dancing is a different thing. I really like dancing. That's the thing. I like dancing. So, it's been a success. Last 29 days. And one more day, and I'll be a month into quitting my addiction of YouTube shows. And yeah, that's cool. I really like that. But I was saying that I really miss those people. I miss Gabba Smolders. I miss her a lot. Like, she was the YouTuber that I watched the most, I think. I watched her Elden Ring playthrough all the way through. It was a recent one though. Like, well, a month ago, it would be a recent one. Well, I watched a lot of her content. I usually don't watch scary things that she does. I did watch some of Ghostwire Tokyo. It's not that scary of a game, but it's good. I'll give it that. It's good, and it was exciting to see how she was reacting to Japanese culture. It's always a good feeling to watch people do something that it matters to them, you know. So, yeah, I miss her a lot. I was watching a lot of her content recent, like before I quit YouTube, and it felt like it feels like they're your friend. It feels like well, it's not just feels like, they are the people you spend a lot of time with. Hours, basically, per day. Well, you know, I miss her. I also miss Crusader a little bit. Um, she's not a very me kind of person. She makes fun of everything, and I'm usually not into that, because some things I believe some things are better left emotional. Someone just came in the house again. Let me be quiet for a little while because I'm fucking afraid. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid they're gonna come in my room and ask me to do something. Is that really worth being afraid of? No. I'm afraid they're gonna come in my room and question me about what I'm doing. That's what I'm really afraid of. And you know why I'm afraid of that? Because I'm not being productive. I'm a dependent person. I'm 19 years old and financially dependent on my dad. And I find that embarrassing. That was deep. I'm afraid they're gonna come in my room and ask me what I'm doing with my life. It's not, I don't think it's gonna happen, but my dad today just asked me, like, before I come here and record this, he asked me what I'm doing. Like, he asked me if I'm busy or not, and I was like, yeah, almost. Like, I'm almost free. That's a fucking lie. I mean, I was gonna record this. I mean, well, it's not a lie. I was gonna record this. But I just went out and helped him wash the car. So, as I was saying, I miss YouTubers. I miss Jacksepticeye. Yeah, I kinda miss him. Not as much as his girlfriend, though. I hope y'all don't find this creepy and weird that I miss someone else's girlfriend. I don't know. I really, really, really feel like losing a friend, like losing some friends by getting off YouTube. Cartoons. I watched a lot of cartoons content. I like him. I think I like him because he's smart. Who else do I watch? I watch a lot of bullshit, to be honest. But I think those are the creators that I watch the most. I used to watch. Anyways. I miss them. I miss. I think I moaned enough about that, and I should move on. So yesterday, I don't, as I said before, I don't really know what happened during the day, but by 7, I got ready and went to water polo practice. What's the time? It's getting close to 7. I went on a water polo practice, and my joints hurt more before the practice. Now they're better. So I don't know if it was because I went there and warmed up before they just go in and warm up. Like I warm up twice. Maybe that was it. Maybe that's the vitamin C pills that I'm taking these days. I hope. But this issue really needs a doctor. I need to go to a doctor. I need to get them to examine my bones and my joints. My bones specifically because of slavery. If I can prove that my bones are weak, I won't be a slave. I don't remember if I talked about slavery in detail in here. I don't think so, but it's not the time. Let me write it down. Slavery. Okay, you heard the paper falling down. Well, hello again, it's Cheyenne from tomorrow of that day that I record this file. Yesterday was a fucking pain in the ass trying to upload this, and I just realized I was just 1 minute over the threshold that my phone can, process this video 1 minute longer than I could, and I was up until 5 fucking a.m. and I couldn't figure out how to make this podcast going and how to upload it or how to extract it. It wouldn't do it. So there will be another 5-minute part after this uploaded to for the rest of the podcast. I just cut it in between and upload this first part now so that it will go through. Okay, podcast out for now. There will be a second part of this episode.